Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Herbert and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Taylor Heineke and the Los Angeles Chargers.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watch some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn the status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Here's Walker to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 31, Herbert. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It does take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Oh, a design run for their wideout.
Let's go.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. A nice game there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Solid finish to the opening drive. And look, when you get down around the goal line, you have to account for his legs. We saw it right there.
Yeah, that's the added dimension to the offense, isn't it? Remember what the offensive line coach told us earlier this week? I told my guys, he's going to run it. We have to make sure he stays protected. Give him an opportunity.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion, the former Monarch, at quarterback Taylor Heineke.
Let's face it, you don't see too many Old Dominion alums suiting up under center in the NFL. And in fact, Taylor Heineke, the first ODU quarterback to suit up for a regular season game, not to mention doing well in the playoffs. This guy's an absolute fighter. Fought for every chance he's had in this league. Attitude, determination, those carry over to his teammates very well.
They started on the ground with it. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. To the right side, this is Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Alexander. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking to throw, Heineke. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Nothing here. Some more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. He's got this to Pickens. And he's brought down after a very nice game. He got 29 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown?
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's Walker, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out come the Chargers. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a fully scored deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 21-0 our score after 1.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
From the 36, Heineke. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
I can spin this negative ways. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Heineke. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. It's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 68 yards. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Myers connects on the PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Heineke finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check, 59.
Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, makes a catch off the tip by the safety. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over. To this upcoming 2nd down play.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Hey man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Mike, check, 59.
Again, it's Heineke. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Heineke's throw taken in by Palmer. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Got it, ready? 59, Mike, check, 59. Rip right. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
A 1st down throw for Heineke. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Palmer, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Oh, this is blocked. And the Seahawks have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away. And we know
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Yates, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Davis. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powering them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up the first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. As a nice run there, gets him down to the 6-yard line. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And this one incomplete. Oh, a dangerous throw. Nearly picked off in the end zone, but instead 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. As they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Throwing here, Magoo. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they can be
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns.
Let's go.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, it's 2nd down.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Setting up the screen, here's Spiller. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling has been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Ready? 57, Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, E. Let's get that ball. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Trey Nixon, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned.
And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Hawk 70. Push him back.
Magoo. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect 2nd half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the 2nd half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
All day, every day.
On 1st and 10, Yates. A pass caught there by Nixon. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This one into the hands of Nixon. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Oh, you got D? 51 the mic, boy, 51.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Alexander. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They'll run here with Spiller. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Yates, and he'll just get rid of it.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Seahawks are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw. And that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback steered his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
They were looking for a spark and some breathing room. They got it right there. A gain of 14 and a first down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So they've been playing against them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Magoo back to throw. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. To throw is Magoo. Steps away to his left. And oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Magoo. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.